Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another tutorial. Today we're going to be I printed some images on some fabric, and I'll talk about that with you here in just a moment. I have one die here because I want to make some small tabs for the Shabby travel journal. That is the giveaway for the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. It is the grand prize, rather. There will be other prizes, but that's the one that I'm disclosing. There probably will be a total of 4 prizes. So today we're going to be making some tabs. We're also going to be mounting this onto some cardstock, or some craft cardstock, and we're going to be doing some embossing. So I'm super excited about that. I am very, very discombobulated. Guys, it's still the week of my mom's death, and so I am like, it feels like no matter what I try, it doesn't work. And I am doing the work, you know. I'm doing the work. I'm feeling the feelings, but I also need to get in here and I need to be creative. That's good for my soul. My husband is also gone for 4 nights with my son and 4 of the grandsons, and then a friend fishing. So, and that has been planned for a long time. So, you know, he needed to go. It's important. So I thought, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying until it gets better. So lots and lots of stuff on my mind. It's just, this last week was also the anniversary of another person that died in my life many, many years ago. So Tuesday was my mom's death, Wednesday was the other one, and then Thursday was my mother-in-law's 2-year anniversary of her death. So it's like, wham bam, not fun. So I'm reeling a little bit from that. So without further ado though, let's get started. So I have, what I did is I printed my stuff on sticker paper. Now I'm going to show you the other side because I first printed this and I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. I don't see any fabric. Well, that's because it printed on the wrong side. So I put it through the printer again and got it to print actually on the fabric. Sometimes I'm not very bright, so pretty funny there. And then this is an image from the Fairy Magic or Fairy Tea Party kit. I get them mixed up because a lot of them are very similar. But we're going to be making some tags out of this one. I really like how it came out on here, really grungy and really muted out. And then this one's really wrinkled, but it won't be once we pull off the fabric. So this we're going to probably make a couple of tags for the fairy journals. And in a second I'll show you what I've done on so I'm making 2 fairy journals. One is the lap book, and one which is the one I believe I will be selling, and then the other one is a smaller, not a smaller, but it's only got 2 signatures, not as elaborate, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that one, but I'm going to show you that one here in a second. I did do a little bit of work on that off camera before my mother passed. So anyway, again, on all of these I printed on the wrong side. This is a piece of my own mixed media coffee dyed paper. It is the most recent video that I put up. I love how it came out on here. This is what it looked like on paper. Oh, wrong one. Oh well. So this one didn't really work out because it's printed on the sticker part. We're going to be making some tags out of this for the Shabby Travel Journal. So today we're just going to work on getting the papers onto the cardstock and doing some embossing. And then we'll come back in another video and make the stuff that we want to make. The stuff. Make the stuff. Cara-Renee. Symbol. Make the stuff. I want to thank you guys for all of your prayers and warm wishes and kind comments. I just cannot reply to everything right now, so just please know that I'm very, very grateful for you. So I am going to be attaching it with my glue stick because I plan on doing a lot of stitching, so I'm not too concerned. So let's go ahead and start with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and try to separate this from the paper. So this is a full, and that was how many times I put it through trying to figure it out. Goodness gracious. So that's what it looks like, really bright colors when it's the actual image. I don't remember what I was going to say. I don't know. Oh, full page sticker paper. So worked like a charm. like a charm. It's amazing, amazing. So so yeah, that's just it. My printer didn't even struggle. It didn't even struggle. It was epic. So let's go ahead and get some glue stick on here. I'll probably speed up some of this, and then we'll move on to the embossing as well. So I'm just going to put it, well, I'm going to put it everywhere, but I'm not too concerned about, you know, really great adhesion. So just want to, I want to get enough on there so that the fabric doesn't shift though when we emboss it. So that's the goal here. So I'm going to fold this. I'm going to set this way. I'm going to fold my fabric in half so that I can control where it goes on here, because you're kind of committed. Well, you're not really committed, but it is still very hard to do that. So I'm going to butt this all the way up to the end here, the bottom, and then like so. Give that a nice push. And then we're going to flop that over like so. Okay. So I'm going to continue in that fashion with these other pages, and then I'll be right back. I think I'll talk to you just for a minute here about something else. So I have an outdoor studio that's just like a little, it used to be actually a chicken coop, and we turned it into a little outdoor studio. I don't use it as my main studio because it doesn't have any running power to it. So, wrong way. It doesn't have any running power, so I can't really work out there when it's cold or when it's really hot. But this is the season I generally go out there and I kind of straighten it out, and I do some, goodness gracious, Cara-Renee, I do some cleaning, dusting, and that kind of thing. And I got this idea that I would love to be able to film out there just when I'm doing watercolor, because that's where I generally watercolor paint if I'm not doing a tutorial. So I bought another arm like the one that I have here in the studio, but when I went to put it together, the entire bracket, the whole plastic piece that holds the phone, fell apart. So I have a replacement part coming, hoping that I don't have to return the arm, because it's a really heavy duty arm that I use. I've had this one for 4 years and it's never given me any trouble at all. So so I'm hoping that I can get that to work, but we'll see. So anyway, I thought I'd do some tutorials out there. I don't know. I've never filmed out there, and it's really tricky because it takes forever for my phone to upload to my computer. So it would be, I'd have to really plan that well in order for it to be, you know, conducive with what I like to do in my creative journey. But I think we're going to give it a try. So I said all that to say I did a little video today where I walked out there and I walked a little bit on the property just to kind of give you an idea of where I live. And having trouble here, guys. And I took a little video and took you into the studio so that you can kind of see what it looks like. But it's, we call it Whoville. So it's got like little Who windows. The window, one of the side windows is very, oh, this one's coming off a lot harder. Goodness gracious, I wonder why. It's a different fabric. I think this was the, was like an ivory kind of muslin fabric. So this one's different than the other two. So, but I think it's okay. So, oh, muscles, goodness gracious. Ah! Should probably try to do that more carefully because I could use that again. I'll try to be more cognizant of that here in the future. So we're going to go ahead and again fold this in half, just so that I can have an edge here. So anyway, goodness gracious, Cara-Renee. You're going to hear a lot of that in this video, you guys, because I am out of sorts. Very out of sorts. So, so yeah, it's a really, really cool place out there. It's very cozy. It has some of my favorite things out there that I've collected, and it's called Who Hollow, actually. It's after the whole like Who's and Whoville and all that. And so it's just a fun place. My husband and I did it. Whoops. Cara-Renee. Oh, my word. Why didn't you guys tell me? I was doing that wrong. Anyway, so, and we've got some fairy houses I've talked about on video before that my husband made, and they're currently out on the garage. I need to turn it this way. They're on the garage, and I think I'm going to try to refurbish them this summer, and then have them attached to the Who Hollow studio out there. But hope to show you that video soon. As soon as it gets to my my computer, I will edit it and upload it so you guys can see. A little sneak peek. My husband is very, very good to me. Unfortunately, he's gone. I don't know if I already said that. He is on a trip with 4 of our grandsons and a friend of one of them, and my son, so our son. So that's that. You just want to have enough glue that that's not going to shift when you try to put it through the embossing machine, is my main goal there. So I will continue on here. It's apparently some tough sticker paper too, because this is not coming off. Oh my goodness. I guess there's a difference in the fabric, because this is really sticky on this fabric. We shall not give up though, right guys? We shall not. We shall not. Okay. Oh my goodness, I am not a big fan of this paper, this fabric though. Goodness. Wowza. We can do it. Okay, there we go. So let me just smooth this one out, and then we're going to cut these in half, because the embossing machine will only take a 6-inch wide paper. So I'm going to get those cut really quick. So I'm going to get my big cutter up here, because I know it's not going to give me any problem. Famous last words, right? I need a little more glue here. I don't want it to have problems in the embossing machine, so I'm just going to cut this in half-ish. Half-ish. Perfect. And then I'm going to do the rest of these, and I'll be right back. Last one. I'm just pinching it here just to get that halfway mark. I still struggle with my precision trimmer. I did put a little mark here, but I still don't really trust it, so it just doesn't have a really good guide for that 6-inch mark. So there we go. Put that mama away. I'm going to cap my glue, and let's go ahead and I'm trying to think though, because if I do the tabs, I'm going to have to do more gluing to make sure that they're nice and secure. So I think I'm going to do the tabs off camera, because I'm going to have trouble. So I think I'm just going to reserve this piece for the tabs, or rather this piece for the tabs. Yeah. And we won't fuss with that because I wasn't thinking of the tags and everything will be able to stitch, and so I'm not concerned about that. So let me go ahead and pull over the machine. Not that you guys need to see how the machine works necessarily, but I will show you the settings for the 3D embossing folder. So this is one of my favorites. So it's super, super thick, so it's a little bit trickier to get through here. So I take it all the way down to the last, the last platform, the bottom, and then it only takes one plate on top. So we'll hold on to that here for a second. And let's see, what do we want to do with this one? I almost want to do yeah, let's do the leaf one on this one. So in order for it to be going in the right direction so that your embossing is up on your surface, you want to have the part that either has the name or has the darker bit there. So I'm going to have to trim this off now though. So I'm just going to get it in here, and then I'm going to get my scissors and trim off the rest. And then put her in here. And a plate on top. Just run it through. Hopefully this one's going to be nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow, let me show you guys really quick. I'm going to get my blending brush and show you what it looks like distressed. I know I've showed you this before, but it's so exciting. Actually, I'd love to put some green, but I don't have the green right here, so I'm just gonna go with the vintage photo. So I'm just gonna skip that over there. Fabric is moving. So I'm going to probably have to put some more glue to even continue to work with these. So, but that's what it looks like. In fact, let's do that right now. I've got a bunch coming up here. Well, it's not coming up around the edges though, so maybe it's okay. Hoping it's okay. It's not holding up. It's not really bold here with the vintage photo for some reason. Maybe it's just because it's on fabric, I'm not sure. But I love it. So this is going to be a tag, maybe a tag and a little pocket because the journal is small. So there's one, and that's the other side, the debossed side. So I'm not going to ink up all of them just because I don't want the video to be too long. But we'll go with that. Oh, we need to do this piece as well. I'm thinking I want to pull over some just regular embossing folders too. So I'm going to switch here really quick. Sorry for the waffling. I'm not going to apologize anymore, guys. You know why. You know why I'm waffling. So I'm just going to be real here and be human. So I love this rose embossing folder. It's another one of my favorites. So we're going to go ahead and stick that one in there. And then this one takes a plate on the bottom and on the top. And I believe it's the second platform that I have it on here that's actually called 1. Let's see. Come on, Cara-Renee. That is beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just finish doing these, and I'll be back with you. I'll speed it up, and I'll be back with you when I'm all done. Okay guys, just getting to the end of these. And I'm going to show you everything again here in a second. I am using, as you can see, I used 3D embossing folders as well as the regular ones. I love this one with the clocks. I think it's very fitting for the travel journal. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one just so that I can see what I have left that doesn't have any embossing. So, what do we want for this one? Let's just look. Oh, feathers would be, oh, some script. Some script would be beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So this is going to be tags for the Shabby travel journal, as I mentioned. We're still kind of early in the video, so I'm feeling like, let me finish this last one. Oh, look at the script. Yes. Oh, I wish I had one that was bigger with script. So do I? I do though. Where is it? Where's my big black one? I have one that is my favorite. Oh, this one right here. Look at that one. So I want to do that on this last one here. So I think this will fit in and I can just position this the way that I want it for my tag. So I'm just gonna try to go up a little ways. So sorry you guys. And about right there. And then this should feed through just fine because it's a 6-inch embossing folder. So I'm thinking about getting the electric one. I'm not sure. Because this handle just will not stay. I mean, no matter what we do, it's poorly designed, in my opinion. And that's not knocking Sizzix. Usually their stuff is great, but that housing, oh, why is this so tight? That housing is not very durable. That's holding that screw in there. So, I'm not sure why this is so tight. Ah. Wow. It's not that thick. I think my plates went in crooked is probably part of the problem. So let's back her up here if I can. Oh my goodness, Cara-Renee, and my plates aren't straight. So when the plates aren't straight, it's producing more of an obstruction there than it would normally have. So let's try that again. Nope, it's still tight. Maybe this embossing folder is a little bit thicker. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and trim some stuff up because I am speeding a lot of the video up so we've got more time here. So let's go ahead and get my cutter out here. And we're going to cut our shapes and then we'll come back and do the rest of it in part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this bit off at the top. I will save this this bit though for cluster or something. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. This might actually make a really pretty journaling card actually. I'm going to turn this over so that I can see where my embossing ends here. So I don't go too far past it because that would look kind of weird. And let's go ahead and just trim off these ratty sides. Absolutely phenomenal. Wow. Let's see what else we've got here. So this one will be a tag. I'll show you a close-up here in a second. I'll probably have to trim these again once I get the journal out. I think it's 4 inches by 5 5/8 is the size of the journal. Oh, this is going to be fine. I don't know if I want tags to be this big. I might cut this one in half. In fact, I think I'm going to cut this in half. So find the halfway mark there. Because this journal is so small, I don't want the tags to look disproportionate to the journal. So we're going to make little ones out of that, and then perfect. And I think we'll make a tag out of this, maybe. Maybe a tag and a pocket out of this one. Just going to cut off that edge. And let's make a tag out of this side. And we'll keep that one for a pocket. I'll have to obviously trim that down. And then this one I want to be a pocket, but I've got a really crooked edge here, so I've got to try to level this out, but I'm not sure. I need to start with a straight edge, so that's the tricky part. So let's just try. And then everything else will have to line up with that. So, oh, how about that? I know you guys can't see that all that great. That's more even. So let me turn it, just going to trim a bit off this side just to get that edge nice and square, and then we can proceed. This is going to be a pocket, obviously, in the fairy journal. Not going to need to do a lot with these because they are absolutely phenomenal by themselves. So I love that so much. And I might get some other inks out and play around with inking with a little bit differently than I normally would. So this one I'm going to cut off what's not embossed. And again, this stuff will just go into my scrap basket. Uh-oh. That was not good. Okay. Let's just do this by hand. It might be a good idea anyway, but because my fabric might not have been adhered very well there, so it just buckled to the pressure, so to speak. And the same with this one, so we've got that problem as well. That's okay. We will just fix it here. In fact, I might not do a part 2. I might just decorate these offline and then come back and show you these at the end, because basically all I'm going to do is trim corners, sew around them. I don't need a whole nother video for that. So but I'm loving how that looks. I think this one would be really pretty with some purple ink. So this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this by hand just so that I don't have that same problem with that glue. I would love to have a machine that could do wider embossing, wider, not whiter. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. That's going to be an amazing tag. And even though it's embossed on the back, I think one could still write on that, so that'll be really pretty too. And this one was our roses, which is one of my favorite ones. I think this one was upside down because I think that's the embossed and this is debossed, but I had it the right way, so I'm not sure, unless I'm just not thinking clearly, which is utterly possible. But I still think that that's beautiful. And so that will be something. And then this, I think, will make probably a tag out of this as well. Let's try to do this on the cutter here. Risky. Risky. But you know what? I don't know if I can justify the cost of the electric machine. It's so expensive. So expensive. Oh, and I love this one. Oh. Love it. I think I can tell where this one's crooked. It's just on the bottom. I'm not not sure what we're going to do with this one. Probably make a larger tag. Probably trim off this side that's not embossed here, like so. Okay, and then our last two are the Shabby travel one, and this is the one we inked, which I think is lovely. And let's trim that off a little bit. I love the little frayed edges, that's really cool. Coolio. So, what do we want to do with this one? I think this one should be a couple small tags as well. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half-ish. And try to cut on that little bit. And then I will come back. Well, you'll be able to see all the things that we made out of these in the photos at the end, and I will also do my tabs and represent those as well. So I'm going to go ahead and say ta-ta for now, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.